with your host, Corinna Stoffel. As a space for all things regarding the global, collective transition we are in, we have conversations about transition, separation, and connection regarding oneself, others, and the earth. The aim is to educate, empower, and inspire. Hello and welcome to today's podcast. Sometimes I really struggle as I could talk about this and that and that and that. What am I picking? And somehow for today, it really landed on the theme of oneness. And I want to start out with reading you something I wrote several years ago. Oneness. Years ago, when hearing the word oneness, it evoked an image in me of an amorphous glob of slime, totally undefined. Yuck, not interested. Today, when hearing the word oneness, it evokes an image in me of people, individuals, who are themselves at the same time aware of others, willing to gift and to receive, no barriers, no separation, only total kindness and caring. Today, when hearing the word oneness, it evokes an image in me of people connected to the earth, in communion with her, appreciating her, having gratitudes for her gifts to us, caring for her. Today, when hearing the word oneness, it evokes an image in me, caring for the animals, domestic and wild, caring for the health of the soil, caring about the nutrition of the food we eat, knowing they reflect our own health. Today, when hearing the word oneness, it evokes an image in me of people no longer judging, understanding the role of darkness and light, no more fighting, rather being in allowance. What does that bring up for you? We are connected to everything. People, earth, animals, plants, rocks, crystals, planets, the universe. If God is everything, then wouldn't it also mean that everything is an expression of God? Are we willing to connect? Are we willing to ask, be it internally or out loud, what is going on for you? What is it that you require? Being connected to everything and everybody means we can contribute to each other long distance. Like what I tend to do is if there is something going on, be it war, be it trauma, be it a natural, quote unquote, natural disaster, I will sit down quietly and become the energy, the vibration of caring of love for the people that are affected by it, for the earth, for whoever is affected by it. And I extend that out to them. I may be sitting here and it may be something that is going on the East Coast. It may be something that is going on the other side of the earth. It doesn't matter because we are connected. It is affecting them in one way or another. And just to highlight, how often were you aware, for instance, that somebody is going to call you? How often do you get the sense to call a friend and you find out that they're not doing well right now, something's going on for them, and they are really glad that you called, that you are there so they can talk to somebody about it? That is how connection shows up. Are we willing to perceive it and to respond to it? In preparation, there is a few instances that came up for me, few memories. Years ago, I was in the fall in Yellowstone, had my car parked, and there is a herd of buffalo. They came to that parking, that pullout. And there was a huge bull. And it started rubbing its chest against a big rock. And I could see the vibrations of pleasure go through the body. It was pleasurable being able to rub, to scratch that itch, so to speak. And I have seen it with bears that are standing up against a tree and just rubbing their backside. And you really can perceive how good it feels for them. That is why we are connected. We allow ourselves, if we allow ourselves to be connected and to perceive. Another incident in Yellowstone was bison had come to a new parking spot where I was. And there were people pulling into that pullout and wanting to take picture of bison up close and personal. And there was a bison cutting across the driveway, and basically one car cut the bison off. I was outside of the car, and all I could do, knowing that you shouldn't be close to bison, is press myself into the car because there was no way going anywhere else for me. And I just said internally to the bison, I have no ill will towards you. And the bison turned the head slightly and looked at me. And I perceived such a level of caring. And the words came for me, I know, I have your back. And there was a deep sigh of relief in me. And at the same time, I also realized, and there were other occasions, it's not a single realization, how much are we treating other beings of consciousness with respect? Just reading this year of all the incidences with wildlife in Yellowstone, To me, it's so often a display of total disrespect. It's not just stupidity of not acknowledging that let's stay with bison is a little bit bigger than I am. And if it wants to shove me aside, I'm not going to hold up in that stance. But what if I treat the animal or the earth or even the plant? What if I have respect for the consciousness of the other and not step into, oh, I'm human, I'm the crown of creation, and I am superior in a sense? What if we are all equal? What if there is no difference on the level of consciousness between the earth, an animal, a rock, a crystal, a planet, the universe, and me, and us humans? What if we begin to see ourselves as part of the whole? Not superior, not less than, but part of it all. And yeah, showing respect that could be looked at as being serious. I need to show respect. What if that is not necessary either? The way I look at it is life supports life. And sometimes life does things just for the fun of it. They don't make necessarily logical change for scientific minds, but it's just an exuberant expression of life for the fun of it. Life includes play. What if we start letting down and I don't even know what to call it, become less serious? And I fully admit it is something that I need to practice way more than I am actually doing. I can become very serious. But what if we allow life to be an adventure? And I've heard somebody talk about what if life is like a computer game? You just play it. And since death is not real, at least for many perspectives, you can restart the game. You just start over. What about that thought? We are all one. Are you willing to sit quietly and connect with the earth? How often do you pick up your pet? How often are you aware of what is going on for your pet? There is no magic to it. The magic is that we're all one. And you are allowing yourself to tap into that. There is so much more possible if we acknowledge that fact. If we allow ourselves to live from that perspective. If we recognize, and that is, what Jesus said, what you do to another, basically you do to yourself. Do not judge, lest you be judged. Because, like I talked last week, judgment is an externalizing what I do not like to see within myself. What if I like myself? What if I like myself? What if I love myself? And through that, love everybody else and everything else. Let's be with that. And I will see you next week. Take care.